Hi Librans, how are you doing today? I hope you're feeling well. Thank you for visiting my channel and thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you make comments, I can know who you are and say hi to you, which is great. Personally, hi. Today we're going to do a past, present and near future card reading. So what do Librans need to know on the 10th of July? What do Librans need to know on the 10th of July? What do Librans need to know on the 10th of July? And past, present and future-ish. We'll do an over-influence, shall we? So we have the Five of Winter. So Librans, I'm going to put that there. It's a bit like me, don't know where to put it. So this is the Five of Winter. So you may find today there's a lot of push me, pull you. It can be in a playful manner. If you look at these cards, the dogs are playing tug of war. But sometimes in our life we are seriously playing tug of war. So what sort of aspect are we actually, push me, pull you kind of aspect? So I'll leave that there for you to have a look. So here in the near past, we have a Queen of Autumn, Two of Summer, and the Hermit. So Librans, here in the slight past, you may find this tug of war is surrounded by a relationship. Sometimes our relationships are to do with ourselves and how we feel the unity between ourselves and aspects that come around us. Now the Two of Summer with the lovebirds, they generally mate for life, and I'm sure they do mate for life. But there's an aspect here of really needing to go within, finding your own true spirituality, your own. Before we can merge with somebody else, we really need to know our own honesty, our own spirituality, and getting in touch of that. So this is perhaps why the tug of war situation, especially if someone isn't on the same page as us. So just finding that transformation to go to your inner core and what is the honest aspect that you've got inside you. You have the Queen of Autumn here, so this is all about getting in touch with a aspect here that you can be grounded in relationships, but also yourself. So here is the Bunny Rabbit, which will give you the aspect of fertility. So in a relationship, if that's what you're discussing with your partner, whether to become pregnant, fertile, expand your family, and if that is an issue, whether to have a family or not have a family, then remembering your partnership for a lot of you is quite secure, because these lovebirds do mate for life. But as I said, it's a kind of aspect where just looking inside you to see if that's right for both of you, because a lot of you are quite tight-knit together, so that's an aspect to look at. So here in the present, Librans, we have the Lovers, Three of Spring and Nine of Autumn. So the Lovers here again is just reminding us about the choice of loving ourselves to love others, or also mating for life. So it's very serious for you guys about what does a permanent relationship, our twin flame, soul mate, whatever you want to call them, our lifelong partner, what do they mean to us today? So together you'll probably feel more of a whole than actually being apart for some of you. There is an aspect here that communication is a commitment, because the sea turtle has come through a lot of battles. They're kind of war worthy, they've seen a lot, so they're quite wise. So the love aspect of the wisdom is there for you, because that's your center of the whole reading, the center of your whole being. As long as you can still connect here to a side of you that needs quiet time to just realize your own inner wisdom kind of thing. So here with the Nine of Autumn, we've got that luxurious feeling of security, especially as it's the root of the matter today. But also, what else is there? It's okay to sit back on our laurels, especially surrounding relationships. So when we have the Queen of Autumn, feeling quite fertile, feeling in the element of a giving nature, it's how can we transform the pair of you, the both in the relationship, to a higher level. So being wise and being worldly is a kind of aspect here that you can do your finances and your stability in how you kind of springboard that relationship for those who are in a relationship. But we have to keep going back to this card because this is the overall influence, and there is a tug. There is a tug this way and there is a tug that way. So what is it? Is it because one has to feel alone within a relationship? Because sometimes that's possible. Is a career more important than the relationship? And for a lot of you, I don't think so. I think this relationship is coming up quite strong for some of you. So what else is tugging at the heartstrings or just kind of that pressure? So let's have a look. So we have Two of Spring, the Pelican, and we have Ace of Spring and Princess of Spring. Springtime. So this tug, this feeling of a little bit out of place, maybe in a relationship, is making a decision, springing into action, and developing a more solid, especially here. I've got my home life, I'm a little bit wise, I do want a more committed relationship, perhaps that's some of you are thinking. And you can see here with the Princess of Spring that you're able to do that if you develop the I'm in my element with the Hermit card. So here with the Ace of Spring, you can see the beautiful tigers here. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself, and I really believe that is going back to here about maybe starting a family, birth. Children are really good, but if it's not, it's a project that you're doing. So maybe your relationship is very strong in itself, but you have this sudden idea to do something. Maybe it's quite foreign to the relationship, and that's what the tug of war is with your mindset. Just thinking, oh, if I do this, I'm not going to be spending more time with my partner or putting my energies into the relationship. So even if there's this new opportunity to spring forward into it, then one has to still go back. I am happy in my life, I really am. However, the wisdom of where I'm going, what I want to do, and the wisdom of that is definitely there. So there is a newness to the whole day, the venture of I want to bring more romance and more solid aspects into my relationship, but this newness that has come to my mind, hopefully, it's all about nurturing it. This is why this is so important for a lot of you. This is a Major Arcana card which says to be alone, to find your own wisdom, your own spirituality, to getting in contact with that. Even though you're with someone, for some of you, it's like you have to follow your own soul journey. And yes, in a way, one has to remain with your partner because it's very tight at the moment. This is what's coming through. But the newness within a relationship, like for example, if you've come across this new idea, which is here with the Ace of Spring, this new opportunity coming to arise, and with the Pelican here, it's almost like joining forces. We don't know, you don't know per se, if what your partner might be in total agreement with your decision of your new area that you're thinking and toying with. So unless communication's there, but knowing what you are going to say and knowing what you're feeling and your own vision of what you want, this is why taking out before saying, but you've got to be true to yourself. This is about being true to yourself. When the calling is there, then one has to kind of follow it. And if indeed for some of you starting a family on a larger scale, then that's fine, but just having a look at what's pulling and what's resisting and what's flowing, if that makes sense. Oh, we want to do an oracle animal card to see what greater insights we can have of our little animal guide today. What do Librans need to know with their little animal guide? Some of you may already know your spirit guide animal, but today we have the eagle. Seize opportunities courageously. Now with the eagle, they have got great sight from above, haven't they? So when you have the hermit to go inside to find your inner truth and spirituality, the eagles are known in a lot of cultures to have that sight, to have that vision. So for you to see the newness of your vision is good. So when you're communicating perhaps to your partner or yourself even, just make it crystal clear about what you do want from your vision, and then you can communicate exactly what it is. If you don't know fully the communication aspect, then the other person may doubt your belief in telling them what your new vision is about. Does that make sense? So being an eagle is from a higher perspective. So it's like when you're grounded in what you want and you have the ability in spades, it's very easy to communicate that everything's safe, we're okay, but I'm just having this new vision of doing X, Y, Z, plus the ABC and all the letters in between. Thank you so much for listening, Libra. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Lots of love.